Hi all, Jerry here from Band of Friends. Quite a few years ago, we actually played on the Isle of Man. The promoter, who I forgot his name, told me about this young guitar player on the island who is a big fan of Dire Straits and Rory Gallagher and so on. So I had a chat with Davy for about 30 or 40 seconds, and that was the first time I encountered Davy. Followed his career from Backdoor Slam onwards. We were offered an American tour, and the first person I thought of was Davy, because Davy was living in America, still is. So I approached Davy, and thankfully he said yes. So we ended up doing about 4 tours of America with Davy and our old friend Ted McKenna. But this is surely going to be a great day for you, Davy, and believe me, you deserve everything you're going to get. That's everything. So really enjoy your day, and I'll speak to you soon.
Hello, it's John Pleader, Davy Knowles. Huge congratulations. I wanted to send a video, send my best. I'm so proud of you, and what can I say? We've gone back so many years, and just a huge congratulations on the ambassador of the Isle of Man. That's amazing. It's insane. And I just wanted to wish you the best. And I was just thinking, the Isle of Man, that means that there can only be one man on the Isle of Man. And you are that man, Davy. Everyone else has to leave though. So it's the Isle of Man, and Davy is that man. All right. Sending lots of love. We'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye.
We met Davy in 2008 when he and Amber first started dating, and quickly got to know him during the times that he would come and visit Amber on breaks from his hectic touring schedule. He quickly became a part of our family. Not only is he a wonderful, wonderful musician, and we all know that, but he's also an amazing husband and father. His girls all adore him, and I can't say much more except we absolutely love him, and we're so proud of him and his accomplishments every single day. Thank you.
Congratulations! From the first time that you sang to us in the school music rooms to playing on world tours, what an incredible journey it's been.
Because of your years of hard work and passion towards music, being named as a global ambassador for the Isle of Man couldn't be any more well-deserved.
You've inspired so many people here at home and shared the spirit of Manx music around the world. Davy, also proud of you. Congratulations!
Yes, I am wearing this t-shirt. Vintage. Well, it was at the bottom of a drawer and probably should have been ironed, but I thought I'd make the effort. It was over 20 years ago that I first met Davy Knowles. He was performing his first solo support at the Centenary Centre in Peel, and I remember thinking, who is this? And how is that sound coming from this young whippersnapper? What a career so far. And I was so privileged to see this young man wow audiences at about a zillion venues all across the USA. And that was only a couple of years after I saw that first gig. I saw many blues fans with their jaws slack, watching this prodigy perform with his band Backdoor Slam. Blistering solos and a voice that defied his youth. There were many special moments, from signing his first record deal with Blick Street Records that kicked everything off, to watching Davy record his second album with the amazing Peter Frampton. And then there was the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Yes, that Jimmy Kimmel, before he was even Jimmy Kimmel. One thing was constant though, Davy was always proud of his roots. In fact, we'd made a great little documentary tracing blues music roots and connecting them back to our Celtic regions. But it was as much Davy's story and his journey as a proud Manxman that shone through. And it's still as relevant today. And I can think of no one more deserving to represent the Isle of Man on the global stage as an ambassador for everything that is great about the Isle of Man. And of course to remind everyone of the talent and culture that flourishes here on our little island. Congratulations, Davy.
Hi, Davy. Congratulations on your big night at the awards. It's just amazing, Debbie and I, thinking back about how when you were just a youngster, going down the bay with your family and packing the place out. It's you could just obviously see the potential. You were obviously destined for big things. It was amazing also. We were very grateful when you and the band, you took our tent and luggage down to Normandy for Laura Basille's big birthday over in France. And yeah, it was absolutely wonderful when Debbie and I attended yours and Amber's wedding in Illinois, and we managed to smuggle some bottles of Bushies in our luggage. But anyway, enjoy the night. You're a wonderful ambassador to the island, and yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you soon.
Hi, Davy. Congratulations on your Global Ambassador Award. You know, it's a real honour to have played with you all those years ago. Some 75, 76 gigs.
Something like that, yeah. And we only wish that we knew what a fabulous voice you had when you were playing guitar.
Oh, yeah, you never told us. But we'll forgive you, won't we, Val? We'll forgive you this once, mate, yeah?
You really deserve this. Well done.
Well done, mate.
Hi, Davy, and huge congratulations from Lizzie and I on your award. I'll never forget the first time I heard you play in the Blues Festival marquee on Laxey MER station. I have to say I was a bit miffed that a young teenage lad was already a much better musician than I was, and I'd been playing since well before you were born. I could have coped with you being more talented than me if you hadn't been a very nice person, but as I got to know you and you turned out to be one of the kindest, most friendly and humble human beings I'd ever met, it seemed almost unfair. Only joking. I'm so pleased that you've been recognised as a wonderful ambassador for the island, and we both wish you the most wonderful evening. All the best, Davy, and congratulations again.
Davy K, Global Ambassador to the Isle of Man. That just about makes you King of the Rock, doesn't it? As Lenny said to me, you'll of course hate all of this, but only because you are one of the most self-effacing and genuinely lovely humans ever. And you've kept that good Manx humility, and you've never forgotten your roots. Port St Mary, playing guitar with your lovely dad, Shabby Road Studios. You've always kept your island home with you, no matter what dizzy heights you've reached. And you've played to the space station. But still, you take time to come home and write your own modern Manx anthems. You've even taught yourself trad tunes for the Island Bound documentary. So this award basically is really well deserved. But we already think of you as our global ambassador. I mean, you're practically a BG now. Loads of love, Davy K. Here's to many more years of merry music making and returns to your island home someday.
Davy Knowles was only 14 years old when he first played at the Blues Night at the restaurant we used to have in Port St Mary, and his talent was kind of obvious. Well, time has passed and his talent has grown, and he's a worldwide recognised top-notch guitarist. He calls the Isle of Man his home, although he lives in Chicago. The basis is that he loves the island and has been a true ambassador to the Isle of Man. And every gig he plays and everywhere he goes, he mentions the island. And there's only one thing I have left to say to you, Davy. I gave you all my riffs. Now I want them back.
Looking back over, 20 years almost, I can honestly say I'm super proud at the part I played within the team that launched you onto this fantastic, magical, musical journey that you're on. Those first trips into America, especially, maybe the first 3 or 4 years, they're amongst the most exciting and fun times that I've had in my whole career, so thank you for that. This is not an industry you come into. You know, nobody comes into the arts because it's safe. Nobody comes into the arts because they want to just build a career or they want to just make a living. You come into the music industry and the arts because it's what you have to do. It's who you are, and you're coming to it to make a life. So you've managed to do that, and you will continue to do it. I know it. You've got great talent. You're a super exciting artist. Tonight, enjoy the moment. Enjoy the sandwich. And again, congratulations. Have a good one.
Davy, congratulations on your award tonight. It's a fancy word, ambassador, but I think it's one that suits you well. Back at school, you could say that you were an ambassador for blues music, or for pursuing a hobby, almost total dedication to a hobby above almost all other interests. And I know that there will be Manx kids, now adults, that have only picked up a guitar, have only played a blues scale because they watched you do it. And if you fast forward 20 years or so, one day my Scottish barber asked me why the Isle of Man produces such great musicians, and whether I'd ever heard of a guy called Davy Knowles. Well, I'm sure you can imagine, and I've still got the scar from the clippers from that moment of time. But I think he had a point. I've watched YouTube videos of Canadian school kids doing their versions of a song that you wrote 20 years ago that we played together. Not 2 months ago, I was in a New Orleans record store and stumbled across a few copies of your album. and I kind of thought it was normal. I didn't really think much of it. I guess what I'm trying to say is that there's now people who only know about the Isle of Man through accessing your music, your stories, and your connection that you've maintained to an island as your journey's taken you beyond its shores. You've always been very proud of where you've come from. And I know I only played a very, very small role in that journey, but what a blast we had. We had experiences that most teenagers don't get the opportunity to experience. We had some exceptional high points, some pretty heartbreaking lows as well, but it's the everyday mundane memories are probably the ones that stick with me the most. Trying to decide how many times was an acceptable number of times to play Johnny Be Good at one gig, because it was the only one that our very small audience might have the chance of dancing to out of our repertoire at the time. So with that in mind, that's why I say congratulations. You've truly earned it. You are an ambassador for the Isle of Man.
Hi Davy, congratulations. I just want to say how much I love you and how proud I am of you. I really am. In all the years I've known you, which is all your life, I've watched you put so much heart and energy into chasing your dreams and making them real. As a kid, you know, you picked up the guitar and a surprisingly loud PV amplifier to begin the path that you tread now, and it's led you from the Isle of Man to the US, but I know what a special place the island holds in your heart. I think it always will. You're an artist, you're a fairly decent guitar player, writer, a dad, a husband to the wonderful Amber, and you do it all like you do everything, like you've always done everything with integrity, meaning, love, care. So yeah, well deserved. Congratulations.
Davy and I met when we were just kids, and I was immediately blown away by his talent. Just like, how is that voice coming out of that body? And we hit it off pretty immediately. We spent a lot of time getting to know each other, but it was a really fast-moving relationship that has blossomed over the years into marriage and 3 children. And I think that what so many people might not be aware of is, like, he is an incredibly talented musician. We all know that, but he is an equally talented father, and he just really has made it a priority to make the girls feel really involved in what he's doing when he's on the road, when he's here at the house working on new songs and new music. Having them come to the studio and making them feel involved in the process. And it's just so wonderful to see them be immersed into culture and, you know, learning what their Manx heritage is like, and having them here on the island is something that will cherish these memories forever. But most importantly, I want him to know how proud we are of him and his accomplishments over the years. And in knowing that we support all of his hard work, even when it means he's away from us, because he is so talented. And I would never imagine our lives any other way. And watching him with our girls over the years has just been an honor and a blessing to witness. And sometimes in the day-to-day we get wrapped up in forgetting what life is like when he's on the road, when we're all here at home together, and then we catch him at a local show, and I just sit there in amazement still, like I did that first night at Buddy Guy's all those years ago, going, wow, he is just so talented. And yeah, so I wish him nothing but the best in all of his life accomplishments, and I feel honored to be first-hand witness to all of it.
Hello, my name is Emmy Knowles. I am the boss of Dad's studio. Hello, Hello, my name is Josie Knowles and I'm the boss. No, you're the manager. I'm the manager. And Lily.
Who are you?
Lily.
Lily.
This is our little sister, Lily. She is a co-worker here.
All right, guys. So why are we so proud of Daddy?
We think that he has done an awesome job for all this, 27 years of his whole life, dedicating his life to music.
What about you, Josie?
I'm so proud of him because he has been working so hard.
What does he work so hard on?
He works so hard on music, and I just want him to have a happy early Christmas. So I wrapped up some fake presents, and I just gave them to everyone.
Amazing. Lily, do you love Daddy?
Yes.
Are you proud of Daddy? Yeah. And then, who's been on stage with Daddy already?
Okay, I've been on stage with him. I've been singing You Love the Rain. I've got 2 of his songs stuck in my head, and I just really love his music. I'm so proud that he's actually getting the Lifetime Award.
Aww.
Yeah.
And Josie?
I went on stage before, but I did not sing. At the end of one, I just was dancing. I was just dancing.
That's amazing.
That's why I love my dance.
Amazing.
Yep. No, he's not going to do it for anything. He's not going to do it for anything less. No, he's not going to do it. Oh, yeah, Lenny Conroy, such a prima donna promoter.